Hi everyone, it's Lynn from Devine Central. I'm here with video 15 in my series on reading professionally at fairs and festivals. Today, I want to give you my top 10 solid ways of increasing your revenues at fairs and festivals. Now, this is geared more for metaphysical fairs, but it will work at even on non-metaphysical events. First and foremost, number one, get your marketing out there before and during the events. If you have an email list, get that blast out in time for these people to make plans and find friends to come to the event. If you offer a discount when they get the email, then that will also entice them to come in. So you would say something to the event of mention that you got this email at the event and I will give you $5 off of your reading or whatever it is. I like to make up inexpensive little 3x5 postcards. You can print them at home. I drop them off in public restrooms, including in all the restrooms at the event. And I like to put them on counters at any place where people are willing to let me put them there. You can do flyers, and the flyers can go in the window of yoga studios and rock shops or any place that again will allow you to have them there. All right. So I have a friend, Katrina, and she would do an email blast and let people sign up for a $10 discount if they signed up and paid for their reading prior to showing up at the event. They didn't have to come 2 hours early to get on the sign up sheet and wait. They could just show up at the appointed hour and walk right in and get their reading. One day she came to the event with all 19 slots filled. And that was pretty amazing because her day was already made and paid for. She just had to show up and read. Okay. Number two, the best advice I can give you for increasing your revenue at these things is to have very clear marketing. People don't think about this, but how many people have you seen? Well, how many times have you walked by a booth and they have all of this stuff up and they have handouts on their tables and table signs and everything in teeny tiny little print. And you look at it and you have no idea what they're doing. And even then, if you do know what they're doing, you can't find a price anywhere. People don't want to come up and obligate themselves to talk to you until they know what you're doing. You need to have very clear marketing. They need to be able to read from the center of the aisle what you're doing and what you're charging so they know if they're interested in pursuing it any farther. So mine is, tarot reading, $40, cash or credit, line up here. It has to be that simple for them in order to for them to decide because there's going to be too many other booths that they can choose from. You need to be very, very clear. And I'll tell you, I've seen people with 50 different things that can be done in their booth. I've seen people be confused and walk away and move on to another booth. And for that, you're losing business. So that is number three, figure out ways to draw people to your booth. So I have a sign up jar. Sign up for win a free email reading book and a little sign up sheet. And you just give me your name and your address and what your home city is. And you put it in the bowl. And it does say that opting in will put you on my email list. It's a great way to add to your email list. And it's a great way to get people to come over to your table because they have to come over, right, to sign up. Even something as simple as a bowl of candy. You could have win a free deck of cards. You could do something like that. Whatever you come up with, it's something to draw them to you so that you can start talking to them and convince them that they need to come in for a reading. Number four, a lot of events will have swag bags. So let's say, and they want everyone to contribute something to the swag bag. So they will have little bags that they will hand out to the first 25 people that come to the show. People know there's going to be swag bags at a particular event. They will come early and get in line so that there's this huge line ready when the show opens. And the first 25 have all kinds of goodies in that bag from, those of us contributing that are vendors in the show. Now, it could be anything. I mean, I've seen, discount coupons, on the back of business cards, little baggies, Ziploc baggies with charms and candles and bite-sized candy, and of course, your card so they know, that you're there. Small bottles of water where somebody has a sticker with their name and on it. Maybe even a tarot card with a sticker on the back with information, about, where to find them in the show. I think that, well, for me, I found this $5 bill that's, like, folded in thirds, looks like a $5 bill, and I print those off and I stick them in a baggie with that showing on one side and my business card on the other, and I drop them in the bag. People will look at the bag and, "Ooh," they'll see that $5, and I do print them in color, so it looks real to start, and they grab it out of the bottom of the bag. It's like, "Ooh, somebody gave me a $5 bill." And then they see it's $5 off a reading for today, and so that will bring people in my booth as well. All right, number 5, offer bundle deals. Now, I'm not real big on offering too many things at one time. I'm really not. I like simple readings. But if somebody's willing to sit down in your booth and pay for a tarot reading, you might say, "Oh, listen," they give you the card, right? You're gonna the card of the money and just say, "Hey, before we ring out, if you would I do a quick palm reading for $5 more if you'd like to add it at the end of the reading. Would you like to do that?" Or something, or, "Hey, well, I'd like to add a crystal of something that would benefit you from the reading." It could be anything like that for an extra $5. And a lot of people will opt in for an extra 5. Maybe not so much for an extra 10 or 15, but that extra $5, it adds up if you have 20 readings for the day. So that's something to consider. Number 6, in the same vein, offer incentives for referrals. So, for example, you might say at the end of the reading, "Listen, I saw that you came in with, some other people. If you send somebody over here and they sign up for bring somebody over for a reading, I will give you a free email reading." And so, gee, if you're charging $40 and they bring you an extra 1 or 2 people, and all you have to do is, a 10-minute email reading that you can type up and send back. I mean, that's worth it. That will, that could, who knows how much money that could add to your day. Number 7, take advantage of opportunities to cross-sell with other vendors. So if I'm talking to somebody and say, "Hey, listen, do you like crystals? See that lady over there? Her name's Diana. Go over and tell her Lynn said uh, that she sent you, and she'll give you 5% off of whatever you buy over there." And vice versa. Some people have done that and said, "Hey, you want to know who the best tarot reader is in the whole room? See Lynn over there." They'll send people over. Start doing that cross-selling with other vendors because people like referrals, especially people that don't know everybody in the room. They like to get that insider advice from another vendor. Number 8, be the go-to for other vendors. One of the things that I've noticed is I can walk up to another vendor and say, "Hey, I'd like to have a reading some point today from you, or I'd like to get an aura photographer, aura photo from you later on." And they'll go, "Sure, no problem." And then they charge full price. I have never charged another vendor full price. I charge half price. And they know it, and so they'll come back to me. I charge $40 at the psychic fairs. I will charge any other vendor $20 if they want a reading, but they're gonna have to do it when it's either exceptionally slow, like lunchtime, or if there's a gallery, reading where it kinda clears the room out for a little bit, or at the end of the show. I would be happy to I'll do that for the extra $20, sure, why not? Or what I will do is a retail to retail barter. So I'll do a $40 reading for you. You give me a $40 stone off your table, that you're selling for them. I'll do anything for new stones. And believe me, for every dollar I save not buying them at the show, it's a dollar more that I make, in the event. Okay. So that was number 8. Number 9, timeless sign up sheets. I like sign I took times off my sign-up sheets a long time ago. You can You cannot sit there all day long and make $500 in your last 15 minutes of the show. Every hour that passes, if you don't get somebody in that seat, every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, it adds up. So I let people sign up, whoever's next on the list. If you're there, you come into my booth. If you're not there, I'll bypass you and I'll come back and ask if you're there after I'm done with that reading. And I have discovered that I can add sometimes up to 4 to 5 extra readings per show on a really busy show by not waiting around, because my readings are up to 15 minutes. So I could have an 8-minute, 12 minute, mine are 10 run, they run about 10 to 12 minutes. And so that even extra 5 minutes makes a big difference. I mean, if you think about it, if you could add just 5 minutes per hour in a 7-hour day, 35 minutes, if my readings are, 10 to 12 minutes, gosh, that could be up to another three. That's another three readings at $40. That's $120. So they really do add up. And number 10, get the sitter out of your booth. I know that. It doesn't seem like it's a dollar amount thing, but it really is. Because if you can get as many readings as possible during that time frame of that event, then that you're going to make that much more money. And if you have somebody that wants to sit there and visit and gab for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they will. And so what I have found is have a definite ending to your reading. I look over my table and say, you know what? This is all I see. Is there anything that I've mentioned so far you don't want to let them come up with something new? Is there anything I've mentioned so far you have questions on? Okay, then, well, we're done. Would you like to take a picture of this reading? And they say, oh, yeah, can I? Sure. But get up and come over around here on my side because it'll be easier for you to get the picture. Once they get up out of that seat, they're done. And you can move them along. And I immediately start talking to the next person. It's like, who's next in line here? And I get them coming around on the other side of the booth while this person is on my side taking that picture. So that's how you get them out of the booth. And it does work, and it works in a very friendly way. All right, those are my top 10. I have one video left, and it's going to be my parting wisdoms for you. Please like this video if you are so inclined. It's how people will find me, and I will see you on the last video of this series. Bye.